Mr. Verhofstadt, as the ALDE leader, do you really think that the Greek elections of January 25 are as critical as people in Greece believe? In other words, do you think that Greek elections are a threat for the Eurozone?
Well, these elections are indeed crucial for Greece and for the Greek people, but not in a negative way. I think, as a matter of principle, that free and fair elections can never be considered as a threat to the Eurozone or as a threat to the European Union. And it's important for the Greek people to be able to choose the direction in which their country should develop, just as any other people in the Union has this right. And in this respect, I think the comments made during the past weeks on how the Greek people should vote are not only inappropriate but also very counterproductive.
Do you think that Europe is moving in the right direction in order to face the crisis? Are there any dangers of further recession in Europe?
Well, I think that Greece is far from out of trouble. The Greek political class urgently needs to tackle the problems of the country, the corruption, which is still deeply rooted in public life. And there is the need for structural reform as well, in the labour market, in the pension system, and in many other fields of the economy. But we should acknowledge that the country also suffers from problems that are European rather than Greek. And the most important one being the chronic underinvestment and risk of deflation in the country. And these are not typically Greek problems, that are European problems that need to be tackled at a European level.
Which of the Greek political parties would you support in the coming elections and why?
Well, together with Draghi, the European Liberals and Democrats support two Potami. And from what I have heard, there is also a candidate from Draghi in Larissa, George Καραβάνας, and we especially support him. And I truly hope this can be the start of a long-term relationship between two Potami and the centrist democratic liberal forces in Greece. And together with our reformist agenda, we want to bring real hope for the future in Greece.
Left parties in Greece claim that we are taking huge loans not to support our economy, but to save banks from failure in Greece and the Eurozone. Do you agree with this?
Well, it sounds good, but I think that the reality is a little bit more complex than what Syriza is telling to the people. First of all, most Greeks have their lives savings at the banks that were rescued. And that is why we needed to save them, to safeguard the livelihood of the common Greek. Not because we like the bankers so much. And secondly, the problem is not so much loans themselves, but the enormous interest payments that Greece has to face. And the only way to bring these interest payments down is to restore confidence. The confidence of the investors, the confidence of the entrepreneurs and of the consumers. And this can only be done by reforming the system in Greece, by fighting corruption.
Greece is facing a huge debt crisis. What would you say about Greek debt viability? Does Europe have to give Greece an opportunity for a haircut?
Well, if Greek politicians are serious about reforming their country and re-establishing the rule of law, I think we could talk about that. But far better than simply wishing away the debt will be if the European Union becomes serious about setting up an investment plan. That is the most important. The Greek people expect now growth and jobs. And a debt rescheduling will not bring that to them. An investment plan and reforms will do it.
Also, there are more European countries facing debt crises, such as Spain or Italy. Has the time come for Europe to deal with the debt crisis as a common European problem?
Yes. And that is what we have been saying for years now. European governments who are serious about reforming their country and balancing their budget should be able to pool their sovereign debt. And by managing our public debt together, we will bring interest payments down massively. I think to the level of what Japan or the United States are paying today. And the money that we save by doing so can then be used for more useful purposes, investments that bring jobs and growth.
Is there any possibility for Greece to leave the Eurozone? What would be the impact of such an incident for other Eurozone members?
A Grexit will be dramatic. It's no solution. It will only create more trouble in Greece, but also in the rest of Europe. For common Greeks, a Grexit would mean a huge loss of their purchasing power. Greeks will get poorer, and this will push the country further into recession. And for Europe, a Grexit would mean breaking up a cornerstone. It will create unrest on the financial markets. We will fear the exit of also other countries. And a Grexit will bring us the opposite of what we need, and that is to restore confidence in the Eurozone. We finally need to stop antagonizing Greece or other individual countries with the rest of Europe, and to understand that the fates of all European countries are linked. We need to pull all together in the same direction.